Unusual details from behind the scenes of All in the Family.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
From 1971 to 1979, people across the United States couldn't wait to watch CBS's All in the Family every week. Created by comedy legend Norman Lear, the show kept audiences laughing by making sure the loud-mouthed and prejudiced Archie Bunker always got his comeuppance by the episode's end. The controversial premise and willingness to address serious social issues put All in the Family right in the national spotlight, but these behind-the-scenes decisions were what helped the show swim, and nearly caused it to sink. Number 1. The show was, basically, cancelled twice. Before All in the Family became a TV classic, it had humble beginnings. Originally, the show was going to be aired on ABC, not CBS. The production company created a pilot episode, but executives at ABC didn't like it. So, producers took another crack at the first episode, and execs still weren't happy. The rights to All in the Family were eventually sold to CBS. Number 2. All in the Family was based on another show. The idea for All in the Family wasn't pulled out of a hat. Back to the 1960s, Norman Lear was heavily influenced by the BBC comedy, Till Death Do Us Part, pictured here. With this brief synopsis of that show, let's see if you can spot its similarities with All in the Family. The British sitcom revolved around a prejudiced man who shared his views unwillingly with his family in the house. Number 3. Execs worked through a few different names. That first pilot created for ABC? It was not called All in the Family. The show was originally called Justice for All, which sounded more like a courtroom drama than a sitcom. ABC's second attempt called the show Those Were the Days. At last, when CBS bought the show, it earned its iconic title. Number 4. Archie had another name. If the original pilot of the sitcom called Justice for All, Archie Bunker had a completely different name. He was Archie Justice, who even had his last name printed on his doormat. The sitcom might have gone with the name as a play on his bigoted ways, but maybe it was too much. Thankfully, in the next version of the pilot, the name was changed. Number 5. The theme song had legendary creators. The theme song, which was called Those Were the Days, and sung by Archie and Edith, was not created by just any studio schmuck. Lyricist Lee Adams, left, and composer Charles Strauss, right, worked together to engineer the tune every U.S. household would be humming. They also made music for the well-known musicals Bye Bye Birdie and Annie. Number 6. And it was almost totally different. But Lee Adams and Charles Strauss almost never gave us the version of the theme song we know today. Only after producers couldn't find the money for an orchestra rendition of Those Were the Days, did they bring in Carroll O'Connor, Archie, and Gene Stapleton, Edith, to sing an off-key rendition. Number 7. Carroll O'Connor brought an interesting skill set to Archie. Casting for the show proved to be quite the adventure, but executives certainly nailed Archie Bunker, the blue-collar, cigar-smoking family man who always knew the wrong thing to say. The character often spoke his politically incorrect and prejudiced thoughts, but this was nothing like the actor, Carroll O'Connor. His liberalism and strong acting abilities helped him make Archie entertaining. Number 8. But O'Connor almost didn't get the part. In the beginning, Norman Lear initially wanted someone else to play Archie, Mickey Rooney. But after learning about the role, Mickey Rooney was rumored to have been uncomfortable. He agreed with critics that Archie was controversial, too controversial. He didn't want to play the man at all. Number 9. It took time to find Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers. It took All in the Family a while to find the right actors for its liberal characters. Before Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers were cast as Michael and Gloria, respectively, executives tried out 2 other pairs, Kelly Jean Peter and Tim McIntyre, plus Candiate Sarah and Chip Oliver. Number 10. Rob Reiner's wife almost landed a part. On another interesting note, Penny Marshall, the wife of Rob Reiner, almost earned the role of Gloria. But Sally Struthers and Carroll O'Connor shared a familial likeness that executives appreciated. No one should feel too badly for Marshall. She later starred in Laverne and Shirley. Number 11. Producers wanted Harrison Ford for the show. It's hard to think of anyone besides Rob Reiner playing the Polish-American hippie Michael, also called Meathead, but studio executives had a few additional casting choices in mind for the role. Norman Lear tried his best to lure Harrison Ford to the project. The future Han Solo found Archie Bunker too offensive, however, and declined. Number 12. All in the Family broke production ground. As shows in the 70s started using laugh tracks, Norman Lear adamantly defended the live studio audience. He refused pump fake laughs in. He was so proud of this that every episode of All in the Family bore the end note, All in the Family was recorded on tape before a live studio audience. Number 13. CBS worried about the first episode. Before the All in the Family pilot finally aired, CBS was terrified of the potentially offensive material Norman Lear was about to deliver via Archie Bunker to most of the United States. Network executives ordered a huge team of operators to man the phone lines when the episode aired, waiting for consumer complaints. Number 14. CBS knew Archie was controversial. And when the show finally aired, did the phones ring off the hook with viewers livid about Archie's bigotry being broadcast on primetime TV? No, almost no one called to complain. Maybe that was because CBS added in a disclaimer at the start of the pilot to save their butts. Number 15. People did call about the theme song. Back during the debut season, CBS worried audiences would be unsettled by the show's topics, but it was another matter entirely that caused the phones to ring. Audiences had a hard time in comprehending the last lines of the opening theme song. The calls became so frequent, the sitcom had to re-record the song. Number 16. Archie Bunker was misunderstood by a lot of people. The big reason Norman Lear made the show was because he knew Archie Bunker was always going to be in the wrong. In every episode, someone would correct him or reprimand him, or tried to. So when fans grew to love Archie so much that they called for him to be president of the United States, Lear couldn't help but feel like they missed the show's point. Number 17. Rob's hair almost cost him a job. Rob Reiner started to get on the bad side of the writers and producers of All in the Family in the first season. It wasn't due to contractual demands or anything like that. Reiner's hairline was receding, which didn't make him look like a hip young guy. Producers handed him a hairpiece. Number 18. Commercial breaks infuriated Norman Lear. Commercial time increased in the 1970s, meaning every episode of All in the Family lost about 3 additional minutes to ads each episode. Norman Lear, right, couldn't stand this. Citing his show's decreased runtime as a reason, Lear offered to pay CBS to cover the commercial airtime. His offer was denied. Number 19. All in the Family created storytelling tropes. Norman Lear created the bottle episode, a term used for a TV episode that takes place all on 1 or 2 sets, or is trapped in a bottle. We saw this for the first time in the episode Two's a Crowd, where hijinks ensue when Archie and Michael got stuck in a bar's storeroom. Besides being hilarious, the limited set pieces saved production a ton of money. Number 20. Still, Lear was influenced by a lot of other media. Norman Lear was influenced by the greats of cinema. In the All in the Family episode titled Everybody Tells the Truth, the creator drew inspiration from Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon. Both stories featured flashbacks to offer different viewpoints of a single incident. Naturally, Rashomon was a drama and All in the Family was a sitcom, so the tones were different.